I like that coloring a lot. I hope your day has been well, and that you're ready to relax and play some solitaire. This is pretty nice. Gotta love a dark deck. Let's put the jokers back in their box, and let's get this one going. I'm feeling a little bit goofy tonight. Don't know why. I could probably find out, but I'll just let it be and enjoy the feeling. I'm trying to think real quick. I'm pretty sure we have like a snail deck, turtle, spider, and maybe something else. So let me know. Honestly, I was hesitant to do this one, but I thought, let's give it a shot. Maybe it will open the door to something more. And with that being said, let's get into our first game of the night. I gotta share something with you. So in our last regular episode, I mentioned about starting a vlog channel, or like actually doing vlog type videos, my own way possibly. But something you don't know is that I've also been planning to do like a secret channel to kind of get myself used to doing those types of videos. And tonight, I was gonna say, oh screw it, let's just record a video for that channel and see how it goes. Triple sixes. Let's go with this one actually. And it was the better choice. But I didn't because of other factors, but I might record it tomorrow night. And I was laughing to myself just as I pressed record on this episode, another damn six. Because I want to tell you about it, because you know we're friends. I don't want to leave you in the dark, but I will let you wait a bit. But I was laughing because I was thinking, would I even like pretend to call the channel name to not give it away? And I thought something so stupid would be like only apes. It's not that. Trust me. But for whatever reason that gave me a good laugh. So if you start, these sixes seem to be a pain as we have all six present. And unless we get a red, there we go, and some other royalty, which we just got. We might not have a chance, but we just got him, so third play, by the way. White queen would be perfect. Yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to share. Because for those of you who've been around long enough, I used to record, or there was a good streak of everyday videos, which was just not sustainable. But it was fun, a fun challenge. But I want to do things that aren't just focused at nighttime, even though the video I would have done would have been at nighttime. But that usually just refers to a quiet time. And I think when I do decide to share that channel, or when I start it and then share it, that it will be very compatible with this type of feel, you know, as we earn our first fat stack. Come on, red 5. And I know you're thinking that you nerd. As the red 5 becomes becomes our gold leader. And now, this game has a bit of a different inflection. For some reason, inflection feels like the wrong word. But whatever. I need to shut up. Only apes. Still making me smile. All four aces. But is it all for naught? We'll keep that there for now. It might benefit us. Let's see. Oh, almost a dum-dum. I'm uncertain. We really need that white 10. Patience will not be rewarded. Okay. Play that 4. Nothing more from that play. And now, it's crunch time. As there's nowhere for that 7, nowhere for that queen. One fat stack down. That will be it for our first one. But can we fight to keep ourselves in this one? As the spades and the hearts will be our only hope. And hope there is. Okay. But it looks like we just ran into a roadblock. Momentarily, I should say. So we go back to that 7, drop that 10, and drop this 10. Hamburgers, okay. Fat stack number 2 on our night. Don't worry, it's a pure one if you're a fat stack purist. Refatten the same stack. And my friend, what a start to our night. As we kick it off with a 2 fat stack victory. Damn. And if a couple of you would comment only apes, that would really make me smile looking back at that later. Oh my god, that'd be such a good inside joke too. Anyway, let's stack it up and get ready for game number 2 and our first victory shuffle of the night. Here we go. All of these spades. Ace to king. should I say, let's get to it. I know I'm terrible. Too bad. You know what? I like this start. Not too. It has balance. Red 6. Not yet. There's the red 6 as well as our third play in a row. Good. Red 8, where are you? Let's get a triple fatty going in here. But that will be it for this one. Nowhere for that 10, nor 6, and Jack with the Queen, King as well. Lastly, 3. Were there 8s in our hand or left on the field? Let's find out if there's any nasty. Triple 2s. Triple aces. Surprisingly, some nasty in there. Game number 3. And as we get into game 3, let's talk about scorpions. I don't believe I've ever came across a scorpion. Oh, also, I think we have a snakes deck. And I was about to say as well, also as well. I always feel a little bit dumb when I say that, or do that. But anyway, I don't think I've ever came across a scorpion in my life. My familiarity is like dead, dried scorpions and candy that you'd see like along the pier, or at those like gag candy shops. And I think I've eaten one with a friend, but never alive. But as a kid, during the book fairs, I would always look at those animal insect books. And the scorpions, spiders, snakes, that type of stuff, the things that have a little bit of a deadly factor to them, always piqued my interest. But I don't think scorpions are all that bad, right? They just seem scarier than they are, I think, in most cases. Because think about it, only reason why it made me laugh is because it shouldn't make me laugh, especially telling it to someone, and it makes it slightly humorous. But anyway, if you've watched long enough, you've heard enough of my stories about this. But if you're new, this house has some interesting activity from 10:30 p.m. to about 4:30 a.m. Lots of unexplained happenings. Used to scare the crap out of my friends with it too. Oh, I just realized what I did. Damn. I bet you knew right when I did it as well. If we get a red queen, a missed opportunity. And we'll keep that too for kind of insurance, because it's not looking too great. Oh, my bad, a white queen. But there's still a chance. White 7. Show us your powers. SOL, it would appear. Nowhere for that 8. Nowhere for that 3. 9. That's it. Actually, that's not it. Flip it back. Drop that 3. Nowhere for that 6. Nowhere for that 9. Pick it back up. Nowhere for... Ah. But I think it's all for nut. Nowhere for that 8, nowhere for that 9, can't get to that queen. And that's what we desperately need, besides a white 7. Alright, game number 4. Good game so far tonight. Feels like we've been in every one till the final play. Speaking of the giggles from about 20 minutes ago, that's why I laughed at that person dying in this house joke. But it's funny. You ever look back and see your examples and environmental development circumstances that just kind of naturally mold you into who you are? Well, for myself, my mother wasn't really the most social person for many reasons, and got a bit awkward, and would be awkward, but it's not her fault type of thing. But I knew it when I was very young, and I wonder if that's where some of that laughing when I shouldn't, or not really laughing, but just cracking a smile, having some internal giggles come from. Oh my gosh, I remember trying to explain that to friends when I was younger, and they just looked at me sometimes like I was crazy, or they would crack up laughing with an example I would give. I don't even want to try giving an example because most likely I'll offend a good amount of people, and it's It's not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just we're trying to relax. But besides that, game 4, deck rating, durability and handling, just below average. Design, it has its weak points, but I'd say it's pretty good overall. Durability, I think I already mentioned that, not too great, but a solid deck for the collection in my opinion. And I go 7 out of 10. Let's continue. Third play. Okay, for some reason I felt like we had another play sitting on us, or waiting on us. You get it, you already know. We think it makes sense in the moment, or even just give it the benefit of the doubt, but put it in perspective of like being in public and saying it as if it were standard in a conversation. Yeah, we're waiting for the pizza. We're sitting on the pizza. I guess that makes sense. But you know how it could be inappropriate very quickly, and therefore possibly funny. What is your humor? What makes you giggle on the inside? And I know some of your initial thoughts you can't really share openly, but that's okay. Because I know exactly what you're thinking and you know who you are. You dirty little thing, you. But that's okay. Without dirtiness, cleanliness has no comparison. And I just made that up, I believe, as we get our third fat stack. And feel free to quote that because I'm feeling extra stupid tonight. Oh, I'm stupid. On cue. We'll risk it. Reset our luck too, so if we didn't leave that too, we wouldn't have this chance. Final chance. Before we crack in to the Two of Hearts and what may lie beneath. No other play. We're done. Final game coming up. Triple queens on the field. Honestly, it's not really as big of a mistake you may think. It is chance, but it's outside of our play style. But by the looks of it, our fight would have been in vain with the Three of Diamonds just waiting there. I guess it is a chatty night. Something I've been craving for so long is a home-baked cinnamon roll from scratch. Oh my gosh, the ones I used used to have in my phases of junk food were so delicious. To me, a cinnamon roll should have a little bit of crisp on the bottom, but not from the dough, but some brown sugar and cinnamon slightly, yeah, the crisp on the bottom oozing out from the dough swirl. The top should not be drenched in icing, but I'd say about 4 spoonfuls on a roll about that big, and it has to be tight once you get past the first layer. And when it comes to pastry for me, I'd rather have it closer to under than over baked, because that softness when it's warm paired with some cinnamon, some brown sugar, cream cheese frosting, and even when it's soft on the outside, there's a little bit of crispy texture when you bite into it. Who else did I make hungry? Raise a hand. If I had the access to a Cinnabon next to me, you could bet my ass with it over there right now after that. And yes, I said but. I'm just visualizing cinnamon rolls in my head right now. Quite torturous. And does anybody else do this? Where you think about something tasty and you feel your stomach starting to swirl on the inside and think, ooh, I just triggered my body to burn some calories. I know there's actual biomechanics to that, but I don't know the actual significance in the results. I just do it because I know it does something, and it triggers a reaction. Because I'm pretty sure your body starts to salivate and maybe start to kick in those enzymes. And then if they don't have anything to break down, they just kind of metabolize. I don't know, again, speaking from my butt a little bit from bits and pieces that's disgusting of what I remember learning. So it could be incorrect. There we go. Is the fight just getting started? Or did we just have our final wind? If I ever have a fight, my final wind's gonna be like a hurricane. Bigger stack. 4th fat stack. As we wrap up our night, we made the right looks of it. But where are those red aces? And it doesn't look like we'll find out their exact whereabouts before this game is done. Yeah, we're done. If everyone just saw what I did, I think we have triple fives. Nowhere for that 9. Red 5. Red 3. There's another 5, 10, and queen. Without the red aces, nothing else we could do. But, great night all around. We got our 4 fat stacks and a win. We'll take that any night of the week. Ooh. That's nasty. A quadruple double lurking beneath. Alright, my friends, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, like the video. I think this would be a fun one for someone to watch for their first time, and I'm pretty sure liking helps this reach more people. Anyway, it was fun. Hope you enjoyed, you know I did. Please have yourself a relaxing remainder of your day and night. Many sweet dreams when you do. And until we meet again, stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.